In the history of human history, it is a rare occasion that an imagination as resplendent, radiant, lustrous, iridescent, and as brilliant as the one that you are currently in possession of graces the earthly plane. Hence, it is with great delight that we invite you to a banquet laid out in your honor. Please accept our cordial invitation to this grand feast hosted by Umcabango, or Imagination. Please, this way. Take it all in, yes. Feast your eyes, as they say. Please now, won't you have a seat? This place has been reserved for you, for you. So don't be shy. This is your inheritance, your birthright. It rightfully belongs to you. I can see that you're a bit confused, maybe overwhelmed. This isn't the kind of banquet that you're used to, is it? Well, don't worry, this is only the first course. There will be an infinite number more. I hope you have an appetite. You look like you're starving. So let's not delay any longer. We'll get right to it. First, we must give thanks and credit where it's due. So let us invoke those who made all of this possible. Surely they'll want to join us for these festivities. And we have so much to celebrate. Let's see. Tonight, we honor the inventors, the tinkerers, the experimenters, the adventurous, bold and creative. Some of them, unfortunately, have been rendered anonymous, either by accident or maybe intentionally. But let us honor the inventor of the knife, the quill, the pen, the protractor, the calculator, the ruler, the paperclip, ink, the one who gave us our alphabet, the inventor of the candle, the light bulb, the telephone, and of course, the fidget spinner. This is just a sample platter of the billions of inventions and discoveries our four people brought forth and birthed from their imaginations. All right, that should suffice for our gratitude. Now let's get this party started by evoking all of those whose imaginations propelled and boosted humanity to the next level. Let's see. Who is the best choice for this momentous, earth-shaking, fateful occasion? What occasion is it? Why, nothing short of your induction into Umcabango, the cult of the imagination, and the launch party for our manifesto. seems fitting to only in the most supreme imaginations. Don't you agree? The most creative, the most inventive, the most playful and experimental who've ever had an impact on this world. All right. We'll call upon them now. We'll draw them down. We'll draw them down. Going to channel that imagination energy. Yes, can you feel it? It just radiates from each of these inventions and innovations. Yes, just draw that. So we call upon Bosch, the Dada, Cafe Voltaire, the Surrealists, in particular the underrated and overshadowed female Surrealists like Leonore Feeney, Remedios Navarro, Lenora Carrington, and Mireille Oppenheim, and also Andre Breton, René Magritte, Salvador Dali, Paul Delvaux, Juan Miro, etc., to whom we owe so much. Would you like to recite a Dadaist poem, or should I? I see. Let's save that for dessert then. Oh, and this wouldn't be a celebration of the imagination without Ed Keenholz, Mike Kelly, Paul McCarthy, and Yayoi Kasuma. Yes? We invoke the pioneering spirits of musicians Prokofiev, Stravinsky, Sun Ra, Laurie Anderson, John Cage, Philip Glass, Sun Ra. Yes, they might be giants. Bjork, Sonic Youth, and the Sex Pistols. All of this experimental energy, we draw upon that now. And finally, we honor the stepping stones, the contributions gifted to us by those who blazed new paths and obliterated the boundaries of storytelling. The modernists, the Dadaists, the beat writers, the postmodernists, and the bizarroists, of course, like Virginia Woolf, Gertrude Stein, David Foster Wallace, James Joyce, Burroughs, Borges, Kathy Acker, Kerouac, Ginsberg, and Philip K. Dick. Oh, we call upon you to infuse this ceremony with your spirit, with the spirit of Umcabango, of imagination that was invested in you. They're here. They're all here. Can you feel all of the electrifying, creative energy sizzling around you? You can feel We must pose the question and wait for the answer now. Supreme Spirits of Umcabango, is it your will to invest in this acolyte all the powers, glory, and wisdom of the imagination? Please give us a sign if your special inheritance is to be passed on to this soul seated at the banquet table of the imagination. I received a message from the Supreme Spirits of Umcabango. In unison, they chanted, "The imaginative potential and power in this one is very potent." So that's it. You got your endorsement, your sponsorship. And that's the most glowing endorsement a soul could ever possibly receive. So now, it is time. Time for your induction. Supreme Spirits of Umcabango, infuse in this soul this promising, iridescent imagination, all the receptors and effectors, the software and hardware needed to recognize and explode patterns and to create new horizons beyond those that currently exist. Now you must profess your faith. Your faith. Your faith in the supremacy of the imagination of Umcabango. Now, repeat after me. I believe that freedom of imagination is an inalienable human right. More conviction. Repeat after me. I believe that freedom of imagination is an inalienable human right. I believe that imagination is the most potent infinite drug. I believe that what I can create is life's most energizing question. That's much better. Much more befitting of someone of your imaginative power. I believe that poverty of the imagination is the most harrowing affliction that has ever plagued humanity since the multiverse's first creative act. Nicely done. I believe that poverty of the imagination has led to, well, poverty, inequality, and the decimation of imaginations through horrific acts, not to mention many selfish repressions throughout the centuries. I embrace the hope that we humans now have the power to take control of our own evolution, to be all that we can be, and to create ourselves as the best, brightest, wildest, most beautiful imaginings will allow. You're doing fantastic. I believe that the human imagination, Umcabango, can make life more rapturous. I believe that imagination is the most glorious gift, the most blessed bounty, the most stupefying asset. Good. The most flabbergasting facet that humanity possesses. Now raise your hand like this. Raise your hand. Your pinky here. Yes. That's good. I pledge to honor imagination. Just a few words, but that's quite a commitment. Now, repeat this. I commit to singing imagination's praises. I promise to express my gratitude for the power of imagination as often and as fervently as possible. I vow to unleash and harness Umcabango and to do everything I can to incubate the imagination. Now, you must really commit yourself. You must commit yourself to a life mission of synthesizing the body of existing creations, the body of existing creative things, all the stuff that's in the world. Synthesize it into new, original, fantastic, mind-blowing creations that can go on to spawn even more creations. Can you commit to that? Wondrous. Now, you must dedicate yourself. Say, I dedicate myself to making imagination and creation my work, my joy, and my honor, as it is my special purpose. Creation, say it, creation is my special purpose. Now, you must commit yourself to the dizzying diversity of the expression of the creative spirit. I promise to marvel at imagination's complexity, ingenuity, persistence, resilience, and plasticity, and vow to fight against the suppression, degradation, and corruption of the imagination whenever and wherever I encounter it. Congratulations. You have entered the inner circle of Umcabango. You are now legitimately an Umcabangoist. As you feast on the creations, of other Umcabangoists, of other imaginations that have come before you and will come after you, remember these words. The meaning of life is to create. You are a creator, and your life assignment is to create as much as possible, as often as the tools, time, and resources you have been gifted with allow. What you should create and for what purpose is revealed to you through your most easily expressed and developed talents and passions. Your abilities, your passions will lead you to your personal project, or projects, hopefully, your missions. Many individuals have more than one pursuit or assignment, but there's most likely a dominant one singled by your early experiences, especially your early traumas. So carefully review your teenage years in particular for some clues. There are many enemies of the imagination, so you must stay vigilant and guard against them. No matter what trials and tribulations assault you, never forget that you can overcome any problem if you let your imagination lead you to a solution. Where there is imagination, there is emancipation. To your imagination.